All right, guys, we really regret to have to do videos like this, but I'm gonna do my best to make my way through it without getting aggravated and angry. But it's part of being in business. Unfortunately, it's what happens. Also, the sun is at the worst period of time it could be today. I'm gonna try to get through that without the glasses, so I'll be facing this way. But behind us is the case subject. So this is a, I don't know, 16, 17, 18-year model, Freightliner, crew cab, rollback. This is a 400,000 mile truck. This truck was on our website for sale, $55,000 to $65,000 range. And I should have had more stuff, but I wanted to get this video posted today. Anyway, customer calls, goes through the process, figures out they want to buy it, dealing with their bank. We get all the stuff done. This truck was advertised as is, on our website as is. Even the description said as is for the known factors of what it needed. We're very upfront about that stuff. I don't like selling things as is, but in the case of a truck like this, one, it was probably $15,000, maybe $20,000 cheaper than it would have been right. Why did I not go any further with it? Because of the fact that our shops are busy, our shops up the road are busy, our shops at the car lot are busy, we're extremely busy. So a truck like this came in. This is a one-owner truck. This is a local truck. It's probably only been a one-driver truck most of its life. But it's old, you know. I mean, it's seen its day. It's still functioning. It still works. The bed operates just fine. They were still using it until the brand new truck came in. So customer XYZ, we're not going to name any names, gets all his process straight, gets his financing in order. And, you know, we have 2 or 3 deals working on most of these trucks all the time. That's not unusual. So we don't know which customers will get it, who's getting it, whatever. Lo and behold, this customer shows up and says he's here to get the truck. We show him the truck. He says something about check engine light. Yes, sir. It says that. ABS light. Yes, sir. It says that. Go ahead and test drive it. Comes back, says something about transmission slipping. Yes, sir. It says that. We were very upfront about it. So he gets on the phone. He's talking to somebody back and forth, back and forth. So he comes in the office, and I had already told Mike, my main sales guy that everybody closes deals with. I said, look, if they don't want the truck, we got plenty of people that'll buy the truck. Let's trade towards something else. We also found out in the meantime they were a starter business. A startup business doesn't need a truck like this. A startup business needs a fairly new truck that they can depend on to go out and run a bunch of miles, not one that already has darn near 500,000 miles. So we tried to encourage them to do that, spend a little bit more money, or maybe not even spend more money, just maybe buy a lighter duty truck. So we gave them a lot of options. Nope, 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 we want this truck. Okay, all the documents were signed. The as-is documents were signed. Multiple as-is documents were signed. Signed, sealed, done, truck leaves. We get a call. Truck's got a couple problems. Well, can you tell us what they are? No, we had it checked out, there's a couple problems. Well, can you tell us what they are? No, we don't hear anything else. So about 2 weeks later, well, back up. Well, yeah, well, I'm not going to tell them that yet. So this is the interesting part. So about 2 weeks later, truck shows up. Somebody walks in, hands some paperwork, actually hand it to me. I'm on the phone. It's actually the bill of sale, documents, paperwork, whatever. And they walk out. So, you know, finally we're closing up for the day. I'm like, why is that truck back here? Where'd that truck go? So we start digging the paperwork, the file. I guess they thought they were just returning the truck. But anyway, we start digging the paperwork, digging the file up. They're from Colorado. Now, that's a little astonishing. That doesn't always mean the company's in Colorado. That might mean they're somewhere else and that's their home location. But no, this truck made its way to Colorado and made its way back from Colorado under its own power, everything like that. So then I remember back they called, said it has some problems. So I immediately brought it down to our shop. There's nothing we have to do. There's nothing we're supposed to do. We did everything properly. But out of good faith, doing business the way we do, I said, you know what? I'll spend $50, $100, couple $100. Let me have my guys look it over, just see what's going on. Lo and behold, guess what? It's got an ABS light. It's got a check engine light. It's got a slip between gears if you're hard on it. Everything the same as it was. And they looked it over. It needed a light bulb, and one light bulb was dim, so it needed like a ground fixed or something. Other than that, same exact truck that left, other than about 4,000 extra miles. So it made its way across the country and all the way back across the country, and they want to complain about it, that we sold them a bum truck. a bad truck, a bad this, a bad that. They did have a sheet, which we have, that says that it needed a tie rod. Well, it's kind of funny. The tie rod does not have play, and the tie rod is actually brand new. When we pulled our ticket, we put a tie rod on it. Normally when I do an as-is truck, we don't spend any money on it. We actually spent a fair amount of money on this truck. So the tie rod they said it needed was brand new. The other tie rod that didn't even get mentioned is fine. It passes inspection just fine. They said something about, what was it? I think it had a broken light. So we're gonna put 2 new lights back here. They don't make the kind it has. So I already told my guys, put a couple lights on it. Again, we're easy as we can be to deal with. Like it's no big deal. If they would have asked that day. Also, an as-is truck doesn't come with any tow components. We loaded them up with components. Here's the part that you tow guys are gonna love. They didn't even know how to turn the PTO on or operate the bed. We had to show them how to do that. And we gave them the apparatuses, because who knows, they might have been trying to use a ski rope for something if we hadn't showed them how to use the right stuff and given them the right stuff. So we did. We gave them the right components. And again, this is a Mac Daddy truck, a crew cab, quad box, Jerdan body, wheel lift, air ride, loaded cab, you know, color match stuff. This was not a cheap truck. So this truck new now, you know, you have to order, you have to wait on it. If you add quad boxes and all that, this is a $160,000, $170,000 truck, and you got to wait. So they bought it $100,000 less than what it would have been. But that's beside the point, you know. They wanted to say, you know, that we took advantage of them, we did them wrong, you know, and all that good stuff. And obviously, there's the truck. It made its way to Colorado and back. It has the same issues it had. Everything was signed and documented right. And the main reason for this video is that's what we have to deal with in this business. And it really, really not only just upsets me, makes me kind of aggravated, and it kind of hurts my feelings, because we spent 50 years, my father, my mom, myself, all of our employees, doing the right thing. Christian behind the camera gets the call quite often after we sell something, my battery died, or, you know, my window squeaks or something like that. And I usually take the time to try to help a customer, and he's like, why? Why are you even taking your time? I'm very busy, you know. And he's like, why are you even taking the time to call the man back? And I'm like, because that's what we do. And it's not that Christian doesn't think we should do it. He just knows, like, we shouldn't, you know, we don't have any reason to. But, you know, I pay for more batteries for customers after the fact. Hey, a car sits on the lot for 2 or 3 months. It doesn't get driven. They drive it all of a sudden. It's 100 degrees out. A battery goes bad. Just like your battery in your remote control at your house. It works one day and it doesn't the next. You don't know it's going bad. It just sucks. You got to get up off the couch, put batteries in it. So I spring for $100, $200 batteries all the time as good faith. I don't even know if they're bad. The customer just calls from Tennessee or Texas and says, my battery went bad. Go to Advance, go to Napa, get a battery. We take care of it. We do so much good faith stuff, it's not funny. No different than this. I'd rather tell them to go shove it up their wazoo after giving us all the lip that we got about it the other day. But I didn't. I even took the time to do these things, not knowing why it was even here. But I said, you know what? Let's double check. People are human. Could we have missed something? Could a light have been out? A light could have burned out on its own. Things go bad. It's kind of like a battery. But this truck right now starts, runs, operates, does everything it's supposed to do. It's a used, cheap tow truck. It was sold as is. It's one of the few things we do. And, you know, we had our reputation questioned over it. So it's very upsetting, guys. It's very heartbreaking. It's very frustrating. But we know we did right. My guys know we did right. You know, the shop's like, why are you spending your good money paying me to check this thing again? I said, let's just do it. It's what I want to do. And that's what we did. So I don't know what will happen. We offered to trade it. Unfortunately, guess what? Not our fault, but they're only qualified for this amount of money. They can't spend any more. And guess what? They don't have any more. They don't have $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to go to a nicer, newer truck. We would have offered to trade this truck in. No problem. Buy the nicer truck that we told you to buy the day you were here. But they didn't. So that's how things happen in the retail world. My mom gets a little upset about it all the time. My dad used to say, hey, it's retail. We go home with things that happen. things break, things go wrong. It's retail. We just have to deal with it. You know, customer's always right, so they say. But in this case, customer's not right. Customer's very wrong. Customer had every choice in the world and then some out of fairness. And here we are, you know, with an upset customer for nothing we did. So we will still try to make it right. Just want to bring that to you guys. This is the frustrating part of the car business and owning a business and running a small business. And it's what makes it harder and harder for that to happen every day. But we do appreciate you guys that give us the thumbs up. We do appreciate you guys that support us. We do appreciate you guys that call and be like, man, you guys are spot on. You did great. That's what we look forward to. That's what 99.9% of what we get. But you do get a bad apple every now and then. When we had that feeling that it was questionable originally, we should have let it go. But at the end of the day, this is buyer's remorse. The buyer's not happy with what they bought, and we're not Walmart. We don't have a return policy. You know, you don't just get to turn it back in because you say, it's not really what I wanted. You were told it wasn't what you needed, and you still bought it. And then you put 4,000 miles on it, and it's still the exact same as it was. It hadn't changed a bit. That's pretty good. You know, it could have blowed up the next day for all we know. We don't hope that, but shit happens. So probably not supposed to say that on YouTube. But anyway, thanks guys. We appreciate you guys that support us. We're going to keep on bringing you some content. Not the kind of content I want to bring you, but this is the way things go in our business, unfortunately.